Although I work in New Bern, I live in James City, and currently there's a huge construction project between my house and where I come into the office. What it's currently been is lots of stoplights, and it is really between New Bern and the beach. So there's, as you can imagine, there's a lot of traffic. And this is the weirdest thing about moving to North Carolina, at least this area. The roads are really weird. Like, you have this 2 lanes going east and 2 lanes going west, and there's like 50 different access roads per short stretch of highway. And then people are turning left, and then you're turning left, and it's just like chaos. If there were 1/3 the amount of people, I feel like that would be fine, but there aren't. There's like a lot of people. People like moving to the beach. Why wouldn't there be a lot of people? So what they're doing is they're beginning the big project of gradually switching this over to a limited access highway where there are entrance ramps and exit ramps and circle, like, roundabout things. It's a whole thing. And I'm of course, everybody's excited because if it shortens your trip to the beach, why not? I want to go to the beach as fast as possible. Fantastic. And as you can imagine, the setup for this is massive. They have all kinds of huge tubes stacked up. And yesterday I saw a bunch of, like, a zillion cattle chutes, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna all have to be going through those soon. And they've been recently starting where you have to, like, make it skinny down to 1 lane, and it's a lot. And I have 2 young drivers. I have an 18-year-old who doesn't have a ton of experience going through cattle chutes, and a 15-year-old who's starting driver's ed today. So in preparing them mentally for, like, how do you navigate through cattle chutes, because if you've driven through them, you can't look too much to the left or too much to the right. You've got to be, like, focused where you're going. And this is a big deal because, at least on this project, it's exciting, like, to see all the diggers and there's stuff happening and changes. Like, they're really getting down to business. The tendency is to want to look and be like, oh, what's going on over there, and focus on it. But realistically, and well, yeah, you want to do that. You want to know what's going on. I would. But at the same time, if you spend too much time focusing on what's on the right or the left, you're not going to be focusing where you need to be, which is like 20 yards ahead of you, 30 yards ahead of you, at least, to be like, okay, I'm going to keep my car from hitting these things on the right and the left. I'm just going to keep moving forward. So let's draw the lesson toward healing. How can something like this little driving lesson apply? Your health transformation could be likened to undertaking a huge construction project on a busy road. It's going to be, maybe there's going to be inconveniences, but just like this big road that's coming in is going to help people get to the beach faster, working on your health goals is going to help you reach your destination, your goals, all the things that are important to you. It's going to be easier and more effective. And it's definitely going to be worth it. But keep in mind that a big construction project is not going to be over in 5 minutes. Like, everybody in the community knows this is a long haul project and we're just going to have to, like, deal with it. But it's for the best. And then when it comes to things like particularly stressful challenges, because sometimes healing is difficult. We have to bring up old, unresolved stuff in order for our body and our mind to be able to work on it and improve things. Not getting too distracted with the process. Not focusing too much on the what's going on. For example, with bioenergetic testing, we can find out enough information to be like, okay, I get it. This explains it. For example, okay, the testing reveals that this layer, my body is cleaning out heavy metals. That could explain some hormonal difficulty or fatigue or emotional turmoil. Or we might realize, like, okay, it looks like my body is purging out some synthetic chemicals. That explains the rash. Or maybe my liver was feeling a little achy the other day. But at the same time, those, like, understanding what's going on, it could be likened to, like, all the crazy, exciting things happening on the sidelines. But what the most important thing is focusing pretty much on where you're going. What, you're oriented in the right direction, you're moving forward. What are the steps I'm applying this day to keep me headed in the right direction so I don't crash, so I don't veer off course? And just like that short trip to the beach, good things are coming.